Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Lucky Dog.
Stand by. The program will begin soon.
When I see an American flag, I immediately look at that I'm like, that person's probably a bigot. That person's probably a homophobe. That person's probably a racist if they're just flying American flags out everywhere.
Hold up.
Hey, this sounds more like a you problem. You should probably go see somebody about that.
He got over $5 million per year from the American taxpayers, being given no bid contracts from Maine Governor Janet Mills, and is building a military in Somalia. He has been funneling money back to Somalia to build a military in Somalia. The guy is running a migrant services agency that bills Maine Care, which is what we call Medicaid, about $5 million a year. Oh no, those illegal immigrants are getting any Medicare. And then he said he raised money in the U.S. to buy weapons, munitions, and supplies for a paramilitary force he had hoped to lead as the president of Jubaland. Yes, that's a real state in Somalia. And to be clear, in Somalia, he's running to be the warlord of Jubaland. Elections in Jubaland aren't exactly like elections in America. It's whoever has the most guns is able to certify the election. So he needed to buy a paramilitary organization and paramilitary support in order to win the election. Avocado Diablius asked if you could bring any one comic strip character to life and train them to be a hitman, who would you choose? Oh, that's the easiest question ever. Calvin. Calvin. Oh, look, Somnambule Nation, you and I are on the same page. Calvin. From Calvin and Hobbes. Yes. And by God, Calvin would be the greatest hitman to ever live. Better than John Wick. I guarantee it. I didn't have to think of it.
Stand by. The program will begin soon.
Yes, it's true. The Obama administration deported over 3 million people. And the Biden administration, over 4 million people. But they didn't need troops. They didn't need military in the streets to do it. Tell me why. Put it in the chat. Tell me why you think that's that.
Because when Obama and Biden were in office, there were no riots in the streets of Los Angeles, even though 80% of the deportations were also expedited with no hearing. But you didn't give a shit then. Now that Trump's in office, you suddenly give a shit. Hope that helps.
That turkey was amazing. Mostly because I cooked it, because I'm really good at cooking turkey. So one of my tricks new tricks that I do, you know how when you cook a turkey in a pan, even if you got one of those raised pans, it always happens. You cook this turkey and the breast of the turkey get all nice, the top gets all nice and brown, and then you go to cut the underside and the thighs and legs are like all white underneath and not even done. Well, there's a trick you can do to avoid that. What you do is you cook the bird upside down for at least 1/3 of the cooking time. So you end up browning the bottom and sealing that first, even more so. And the other thing I do is I start my oven at 500 degrees. The first 45 minutes to an hour, you put it at 500 degrees, and then you turn it down to 325 and do the rest of the cooking. But anyway, do it upside down, and 1/3 of the way through, then you flip the bird back over in the pan, and the entire bird gets finished at the same time. So apparently, in Europe, you can refer to Americans as pigs. but not convicted rapists. The German court gives woman harsher punishment than convicted. I hate it when people say rapist. I'll just say unwanted sexual activity peoples for calling him a disgraceful pig. She called someone convicted of that crime a disgraceful pig and got a harsher punishment than the person who actually committed unwanted sexual activity. And so that's why people were posting that story about the German court gives women harsher punishment than convicted unwanted sexual activity.
Stand by. The program will begin soon.
There's a story about this man, too. He led the attack on Pearl Harbor, but died a Christian missionary on December 7, 1941. Captain Mitsuo Fuchida flew the lead plane against Pearl Harbor, shouting the famous code, Tora, Tora, Tora. He hated America. But after the war, he met a former American POW, Jacob DeSager, who had returned to Japan not to punish him, but to preach the gospel. Shocked by this forgiveness, Fuchida bought a Bible. He converted to Christianity in 1950. The man who started the Pacific War spent the rest of his life touring the U.S. and Japan preaching. Quote, I was a follower of the sword. Now I'm a follower of the cross. Amazing. Nearly 5 years after pipe bombs were discovered outside the headquarters of the Democratic National Committee and the Republican National Committee in Washington, D.C., a suspect has been arrested in the case. On Thursday, federal agents arrested Brian Cole Jr., 30 of Woodbridge, Virginia, and he was charged with transportation of explosive devices, blah, 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 blah. But on Friday, legacy media outlets began reporting that Cole, this young black man right here, was a Trump supporter. And I'm not saying he's not because he's black. I'm just saying there's other evidence that might support the fact that he's not a Trump supporter. But we'll get to that. Quote, Brian Cole worked for a bail bonds company run by his father that worked to free illegal immigrants from ICE facilities and sued the Trump administration's Department of Homeland Security. He worked for his dad. They tried to free illegal immigrants. Interesting. Yes, I know every Trump supporter, every black Trump supporter would be quick to hire Benjamin Crump, who represented the family of Trayvon Martin, attempting to sic the Biden administration Department of Justice on a local Tennessee prosecutor who had raised concerns about the bail bond company. So we'll find out eventually that this guy had wanted nothing to do.
Additionally, if you open this up to ice fishing, while on the surface it sounds good, then what happens next year? Does someone come back and say, I want an ice shanty on Hudson Springs Park for X amount of time? And if you then allow ice fishing with shanties, then that leads to another problem. Prostitution. And now you've got the police chief and the police department involved. Just data points to consider.
It is Happy Bill of Rights Day on December 15, 1791. The Commonwealth of Virginia ratified the Bill of Rights, the first 10 amendments to the U.S. Constitution. George Mason and James Madison were the driving forces behind these guarantees of individual rights. And note that all the individual rights that are in the Bill of Rights are not rights granted by the government. Those are the inalienable rights which the government shall not infringe. And if you notice, it's interesting because the Bill of Rights is all about what the government cannot do, not what the government can do. And I think kind of got away from that a little bit, where some people seem to think that the government is going to grant you rights. No, these are rights you have, whether it's a government or not, and the rights that the government must protect for you. So it was a unique thing when it came about in 1791. that government is not there to grant you or give you privileges, but rather to protect rights that you have.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Lucky Dog studio in a hidden location somewhere in the upper Midwest of the United States of America, it's a brother making his own way but with all the wrong opinions. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, the one and only Dawg Knight.
Yo! Hey there, hi there, ho there. And I'm not calling you a ho, but you know what I mean. Anyway, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Morning Night Live. I'm your host, Marty, also known as Dawg Knight on the internet. What the hell was that? And on this Friday, happy Friday, the 16th of January 2026, got my coffee, and there you go, fueled by gangster rap and coffee, because, you know, I got to have my coffee in the morning. And it's Friday Q&A day, so I see the questions are already flowing in, and we'll spend some time on that towards the end of the show. Lots going on, obviously, and God, it's weird having Minnesota be the center of the universe. It's just, you know, it's just so much. But and the reason I named the show this, it doesn't matter if he was hit, because so many people are online arguing whether or not, now they're arguing whether or not that officer was even hit. In the immortal words of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, it doesn't matter if he was hit. That doesn't affect anything. The only thing that matters is if he felt a danger of bodily harm or death. And, you know, that's a car coming at you, accelerating towards you, probably is a justification enough. There's a whole bunch of stuff. There's a great video. I can't remember Kurt's name. I can't even remember his. I have to look at it. It's Uncivil Law is the website, the YouTube channel. Breaking down another one of these liberal lawyers who try to justify it using laws that don't even make sense. And he goes through and talks about all the different Supreme Court precedents that show that this is going nowhere for them. So anyway, that's here and there. Let's get the show started because I got a lot to do today. First to chat today, who is it? I have no idea. I didn't even look. No way. No way! It's Avocados Diabling. It's the bell. Yeah. There you go. You're back on track, my buddy. All right, that's good. Also, good morning, Kara Soldier, Blue Eyed Scream, Damme O'Leary. Wait, that's Dom, right? Damme O'Leary. It always messes me up because I can't see the names. Memory lock is Damme O'Leary. What up, man? JB's in the house. Nice to have you. Rick Ashbringer, another one is doesn't get here as often as he'd like, and I'm so happy to see your well, not your face, but your lovely avatar. Also, the Pope is here. Yes, Pope Tyrannus III, the Blessed Lich, with today's message of hope, not from the Father, not from the Son, but from the Holy Ghost. And today's message is blessing of the Holy Ghost. Yesterday, I asked to make art. Today, I want you to spread joy. That means a lot of kind words, good cheer, and helpful hands. Things are getting scary. Let's counter it. Yes, that is a lovely message from the Pope. Thank you very much. I greatly appreciate it, sir. Also, good morning. Who else is here? I said Blue Eyed Scream. Skella, what up, Midnight, a.k.a. Skella08. Renee Mayette is here. Good morning. Lord Stanhope, hi. Let's see. I'm scrolling down here. Anybody else? Oh, Cryptic's here. What up, Cryptic? Nice to have you, brother. My brother from the East. Although you're an American, I don't care. Okay, and then Liberty Vet also here. Nice to have you here. All right, there's more. Hang on, I didn't scroll very far. There is who am I missing? That's about everybody, isn't it? Did I miss it? Attack Alpaca. What's up? Nice to see you too. Okay, let's get the show started. Now, apparently X is down, so I don't have a notification. This thing still has a blue circle of death going on. And but I did have some stuff open before. Oh, it's back. It's working again. How about you? Well, I should probably announce the show on X, right? Well, too late now. Did anyone share the stream? Let's check the notifications, because sometimes you guys do it for me, and you do it much better than I do. So let's check. What's this here? What is that? Okay, that's red. Okay, there you go. All right, let's go to the notifications and see who shared the stream. Wait a minute. Only one person? No, nobody. Nobody. Okay. Well, now I'm going to have to, because none of you are doing your jobs today. What the hell's going on here? I'm so used to you guys doing it before me. All right, here we go. We're not even going to put a let's go. We'll just do a copy. Oops. No. Z. Oh, copy and paste. There we go. The show shall go. And, well, there you go. Somnambul Nation did it just as I said so. So anyway, thank you, you guys can figure it out. Thank you, Somnambul Nation, for sharing the stream. And you get a little heart and a, whatchamacallit, PDawg and Lumberjack, and he's okay. No! Oh! I'll explain. What's today? Today's Friday, right? Well, what is Friday? Well, of course, it's Red Friday. Remember, everyone deployed where you wear red. I always forget to wear red. This is, 2 weeks in a row, maybe 3 weeks in a row that I remember to wear red on Red Friday. Good morning, fam. Happy Red Friday. Keep our military in your prayers. God bless them all. Be safe and have a great day, especially those that carrier group that's heading to the Mediterranean. I'd be concerned with there. Who knows what's going to happen over in Iran? I ran so far away. Anyway, happy Red, or not happy Red Friday. Just keep those deployed in your mind. Red Friday, red, R-E-D. Remember, everyone deployed. That's what it means. And also there is a holiday today, and boy, oh boy, is this one of my, well, not my favorite, but as a professional bartender, it is End of Prohibition Day, or what did they call it? Here's the name for it. Prohibition Remembrance Day. To remember that was a stupid idea. And this is April 7th. April 7th is the end of Prohibition, but today is Prohibition Remembrance Day. Prohibition. Why is this? Okay, apparently nobody celebrates this because they didn't know. Anyway, Prohibition Remembrance Day, remembering that is a stupid idea. Other great holidays today are Appreciate a Dragon Day. So, yeah, maybe go watch Game of Thrones, or what's the one? What's the sequel to Game of Thrones that's actually a prequel? House of Dragon, is that what it's called? Appreciate a Dragon Day. Also, National Nothing Day. Okay, I'm done celebrating that. Also, International Hot and Spicy Food Day. I just made a pot of chili, a nice spicy pot of chili. That I make very good chili, by the way. Book Publishers Day, National Fig Newton Day. Oh, yeah, baby. Also, National Good Teen Day. If you have teens in your family, hopefully they're good and not causing you more headaches than necessary. National Kino Day, and it is pronounced Kino, even though it's spelled quinoa. It's Kino Day, National Religious Freedom Day, and then, of course, Prohibition Remembrance Day. And, of course, on Monday, it'll be MLK Day, which I'll still be working, because I do. How do you train your dragons with the African Vikings? I don't know what that means, but, yeah, sure. Quinoa. Oh, yeah, quinoa, not kino. Quinoa. What the hell? Did I say kino? It's quinoa. Still a dumb name for a... What is quinoa? It's like a grain, right? Who cares? All right, moving on. It's also okay. We'll get some news now. I don't have any celebrity birthday or anything of that crap. Kino is gambling. Yeah, quinoa. Excuse me. All right, let's just get into the news quick because I've got a Q&A today, so we got to get through this. Here's the featured stories on X right now. Newsom distanced himself from state-sponsored terrorism label. Tall person, what's happening? Nice to have you here. Apparently, Gavin Newsom's staff wrote something that to the effect that ICE is state-sponsored terrorism, and he had to walk that back. And look, in a podcast interview released Thursday, California Governor Gavin Newsom agreed with Ben Shapiro that ICE officers are not terrorists, distancing himself from the office's January 8th statement amid controversy over ICE operations in Minneapolis. Their agents pulled over Aliyah Rahman, a 42-year-old U.S.-born activist with autism and a brain injury. According to her, and probably a good reason not to fuck around with ICE officers, who was released without charges after shouting about her disabilities during the arrest. It followed the fatal shooting of protester Renee Good, prompting 6 Minnesota prosecutors to resign. Whoa, that's a weird way to put it. That's not why they resigned, but there's some relation there. But God, that's a really poorly written sentence, Grok. Newsom defended California taxes, population growth to 39.5 million by 2025, lower murder rates compared to red states. He throws that around like it means something. And while sidestepping questions on transgender issues, reaction. Okay, yeah, because he was, who the fuck's calling me? Give me a moment here. This is one of those moments that pisses me off, but I have to take the call. So thank you. Just a second. All right, sorry about that. I had to take it. By the way, let's talk about the refrigerator that we had delivered yesterday. It didn't get delivered. They told me they'd be here in 5 minutes. I left the show when they were supposed to be here. Never came to our door, right? Never rang our doorbell, nothing. And then, after the show, I inquired about that. And they said, well, they were there. They took a picture of my house. They took a picture from my door, but they didn't come to the door for some reason. They never came to the door because my Ring camera would have seen them and recorded them. And so now I do not have a new refrigerator, and my old refrigerator was already off. We already had all the food out of it in the garage because it's cold enough in the garage right now this time of year for the food to be in there, but now it's not. So I had to put all the freezer stuff back in the freezer, and I'm not happy right now. And we had some choice words with the people at Home Depot where we purchased it, and for the people at LG who sent it and didn't schedule it at a time that we could accept it. Story over. All right. Next. Gavin Newsom, apparently, let's see if there's a short clip of this, him saying this from here it is, Ben Shapiro show.
How about radically lowering the income tax rates in the state?
Wait a minute. California has tax. I mean, there's 16 states right now. Let's talk about those 16 states.
Well, why don't we talk about California? That's
I'm going to. They tax their low wage earners more than California taxes its high wage earners. Let's talk about those lowering those tax rates in those 16 states.
How about radically lowering the income tax rates in the state?
Okay, he clearly is talking it straight out of his ass. But anyway, where's the part where he says he walks back the other bullshit? Okay, that's the income tax rate. The population decline. Gavin. Oh, Henry Sisson. Gavin Newsom just cooked Ben Shapiro on crime and population decline in red states. Fuck off, Henry. You're a dickhead. Where's the one I want? Here it is. Here it is. This is the part. Here it is.
One was a narrative that was immediately pushed by the Trump administration and Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem that she was a domestic terrorist who was attempting to run over officers with her car and was legitimately trying, not just this officer,
Wait, is this
but
the wrong
multiple
one?
officers. That was the original statement. I said at the time, I thought that was untrue. And then your press office tweeted out that it was state-sponsored terrorism, which, I mean, Governor, I do have to ask you about that.
Yeah.
That sort of thing makes our politics worse.
Yeah.
I mean, it does.
Yeah.
I mean, our ICE officers obviously are not terrorists.
Yeah.
A tragic situation is not state-sponsored terrorism.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I mean, one was...
Okay, that's not him walking it back. I wish they'd give the whole fucking clip. But they all gave the same 17. Wait, what's this 17 seconds? Let's see if we get it. I want to hear him walking it back.
That sort of thing makes our politics worse.
Yeah.
I mean, it does.
Yeah.
I mean, our ICE officers obviously are not terrorists.
Yeah.
A tragic situation is not state-sponsored terrorism.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I mean, and then...
Okay, well, he thinks that's fair. I want to hear him denounce that bullshit that his little fake press office puts out. I didn't hear it, but apparently they say that he walked it back. All right, moving on. Next thing in here, the other featured art, other featured things. Some of bobbers. Why? Here you go. We all know about. Do you know there's a second ICE shooting in Minneapolis, which caused the protest the next day or a couple days ago. Yesterday, last 2 days, and that's the one where they were breaking into the car. We know about that. Second shooting involving ICE agents occurred Thursday evening when officers stopped a Venezuelan national for a traffic enforcement action. He resisted, crashed his vehicle, and assaulted agents with a shovel and a broom, leading to a non-life-threatening leg wound. Meaning they shot him in the leg, like they've always asked him to. Oh, why didn't you just shoot him in the leg? Oh, they shot him in the leg. Oh, you should not have shot him at all, even if he was trying to hit you with a fucking shovel. We shot him in the leg. That's what you always fucking ask for. I'm swearing a lot already today. Is there something in the water today? I don't know. Anyway, Renee, mass deployment 3,000, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, we already know about this. We can skip that one. All right, next one was, Hawley. What's his name? What's Hawley? Josh Hawley? Senator Josh Hawley? I suppose I can put this on the screen. Has accused Democrats of the Minnesota welfare fraud scheme. Look, there's going to be, I'm telling you, there's a money trail. There's a money trail, and it's not I don't know if it's a welfare fraud, but a lot of this fraud, there's going to be a money trail straight back to Democrats because the people doing the fraud like to fill the coffers of Democrat politicians like Keith Ellison, like Governor Walz, like Amy Klobuchar, like Angie Craig, like Tina. Well, not Tina because Tina's not running for anything anymore. But anyway, federal probes uncovered over $9 billion in potential fraud in Minnesota welfare programs since 2018, including the Feeding Our Futures case. Oh, that's the welfare fraud, where $250 million vanished from child nutrition funds. And amid the pandemic, fake nonprofits billed for non-existent services like meals and therapy and rides to medical things. That's a whole new one that came out just recently. Often linked to Somali American community. Often, like as in mostly. Hello, Región Puerto Rico. I am tired of the fuckery in Minnesota. You're right. So anyway, leading to dozens of convictions and luxury purchases with stolen money. Hawley called it a Democratic laboratory for favoring immigrants, while Democrats like Representative Ilhan Omar blame pandemic rules and say non-citizens are underrepresented in convictions. Oh, bullshit. No, underrepresented. Of the 57 so far convicted, there's 2 white Karens and some black dude. But all the other 54 were all Somali Americans. I'm not saying they're all, and it's not all Somalis, but sure, all the ones who participated, I'd say. Because a lot of, they say, oh, it's not everybody. But, they have to have people that are willing to take cash, like in the daycare situation, or in some of these, have to sign their names on shit so they can get federal money. Everyone's getting little kickbacks, and then the rest of the money's going. Well, seems like it's going to Somalia. So the idea that it's underrepresented, Miss Omar, you're talking straight out of your butthole. I don't know why we talk about buttholes so much on this show, but we do. Anyway, the Trump administration said ice age, blah, 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 so and so and so on. So here's what Josh Hawley said. Let's listen to the words that came out of his mouth. And is this it? Let's find out.
Here's the deal. The Democrats' agenda is on display in Minnesota. They want to turn the entire country into Minnesota. That's the real agenda. Take your money, your hard-earned tax money, give it to illegals whom they let into the country, who then launder it to enrich themselves and send it overseas to terrorist organizations. I mean, that is the Democrat Party at work. That is their lab right now in Minnesota, and that's what they want to do. I don't think that's going to be a winning formula in 2026 or 2028 or ever, and yet that's where they are.
Okay. I'm not saying that he's not partially right. But the Minnesota way right now, as far as the current government makeup, does, for some reason, have this new penchant for illegal aliens. Okay. I don't think they want to make the whole country like the fraud part of this, but certainly Minnesota Democrats, here known as the Democratic Farmer Labor Party, or the DFL, clearly benefit from the fraud because these are donors to Democrats. And so it's not that they just look away, which they kind of do, but they look away for reasons of, say, these are people who are filling your coffers. I'm just saying, now there's a lot of other people filling their coffers, not just the Somali community, but the Somali community is very adept at greasing the palms of who they need to get what they want. And that tape of Keith Ellison is probably going to be showing up in a courtroom sometime soon. I have a feeling about that. Good morning, Paul Farrell, and Unacceptable Views, my other favorite Canadian. What's up? Oh, Keisha, what up, Kirsten? I see you're here too. Special K, I asked, I must have missed a whole bunch of people on my list of favorite Canadians, and I missed a few of you. I'm sorry. I apologize. Good morning to y'all. So anyway, so Holly's, oh, here's a good question, though. We know that, Senator. The question is, what are you going to do about it with your congressional majority? Oh, snap. Thank you, Eric, for asking that great question. So anyway, that's exactly their plan, to steal from the taxpayers to get rich and get elected again. So yeah, that's what they do. That's what they do here. It's almost Chicago Mayor Daley-esque in some ways. All right, let me just go down this list here. Nobel Prize is trending because what's her name? Maria Corina Machado from Venezuela, who won the Nobel Peace Prize, came to the Oval Office and presented her Nobel Peace Prize to Donald John Trump. Oh my gosh. What? President Donald Trump meets with Maria Corina Machado of Venezuela in the Oval Office, during which she presented the president with her Nobel Peace Prize in recognition and honor. Now, there's community notes here, but Venezuela, blah, 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 blah. Some people are really mad about this. Oh, here, breaking. President Trump has officially accepted the Nobel Peace Prize medal from Maria Corina Machado at the White House. She insisted he have it. Now let's see how what Fox News spins this, and then we'll find out how somebody else spins this, because this is going to be entertaining.
Perhaps in Venezuela.
Oh, guess who in this panel is not happy about this right now? Wait a minute, you can't see the whole thing. Hold on. Let me go just back to the beginning. As you look at this panel right here, see this panel, this right here. Who do you think on this panel is angry about this? Now, again, this is a freeze frame, so let's just kind of watch as Brett Baer speaks. Listen.
Perhaps in Venezuela, but you're right to bring all those concerns up. Ari, I am getting word from White House officials that Machado insisted that she give the Nobel medal to the president, and he did accept it.
Wait. Now he smiles during this, and she's just looking matter of factly, but she looks mad. Oh my God, does she look mad? All right, that's funny to me. I don't know why. Anyway, somebody please tell me it's fake news that the Venezuelan opposition leader gave her up her Nobel Peace Prize to try and please Trump. No. She credits him because he's been an ally of hers for a while. So no, she's not. Now here, let's see. That doesn't matter. Dear Trump, you're a loser. You took a guy's Purple Heart. You lied about Michigan's Man of the Year award. You took Machado's Nobel Peace Prize. No, he didn't take Machado's Nobel Peace Prize. She gave it to him. I don't think he fucking asked for it. And it's not like he's being awarded the Nobel Prize. She just thought, you know what? Here, there's a nice gesture. I don't know if he'll even keep it. Reporter, did you offer President Trump your Nobel Peace Prize? Machado, I presented the President of the United States the medal, the Nobel Peace Prize. 200 years ago, General Lafayette gave Simon Bolivar a medal with George Washington's face on it. He kept that medal for the rest of his life. 200 years history, the people of Bolivar are giving back to the heir of Washington a medal, in the case of the Medal of Nobel Peace Prize, as a recognition for his unique commitment with our freedom. So that's why she did it. She has great respect for President Trump. I don't know if he deserves, that much respect, but she felt he did, and so she gave it to him. That's up to her. All right, let's move on. I got to do this a lot faster. And so Machado's also trending. Oh, let's find some people pissed off Machado. Let's see. Watch this if you want to understand who Corina Machado is. It's a longer video, but worth it. Well, I'm going to do that. I'll do that later. Because it's 8 minutes long. We're not going to spend 8 minutes on it. WikiLeaks. President Donald Trump has accepted the 2025 Nobel Peace Prize from awarded winner Maria Machado. The fate of the 1.15 million monetary award remains outstanding. No, she's not going to give him the money. She just gave him the medal as a kind of an honorary thing due. He's not getting the Nobel Peace Prize. Oh my God, you dummies. No. Trish Reagan, Maria Corina Machado is a class act. Okay, we got already heard Brooklyn Dad, dumb fuck. What? Oh my God, what? This asshole. What a whiny little toddler. Machado was forced to give Trump the Nobel medal to quiet his tantrum. No. She did it. No. Oh my God. Right. Oh, here's a Krasenstein. Here's a Daily Krasenstein. Breaking. Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado. Okay, he's just quoting her. Oh, this is so... Okay. I presented the President of the United States with the Nobel Peace Prize. Just the medal, you dumb fuck. So in other words, the president requires that he have a prize he came nowhere close to winning in order to possibly do the right thing. This is so fucking sad that this woman felt the need to give her Nobel Peace Prize up to a madman in order to hope that democracy can reign in Venezuela. What a sad and embarrassing day. Let's see what she says.
The medal I presented the President of the United States.
Just the medal, not the medal? It's not the prize he gave her. He just presented her the medal. She's like, you know what? Here. Fuck me. God. Talk about whiny little bitches. Okay, next. What's next? So somebody named Sheriff Swank is trending, and this is out in Washington State. A lot of people are talking about this Sheriff Swank guy. Keith Swank is elected Pierce County Sheriff here in Washington State. Listen to his words closely. He knows what's coming, and he's facing it head on. I and many other patriots stand with Swank for America. America. Fuck yeah. let's see. How long do we want to do this? Let's go. Let's do this one. This is why they want Swank. Why they want to shut him up. Let's see. Here's what he's going to say. Let's see what he says here. Let's go full screen. There you go. All right, here's Sheriff Swank.
Some of my colleagues naively believe that they can come here and reason with you. They don't understand what's at stake here. They don't understand you like I do. You're going to pass this qualification bill for law enforcement, but you won't hold yourselves accountable. Therefore, I propose everyone who runs for an elected office go through a background check, a social media review, a polygraph, a psychological test. But Democrats, you won't agree to that because you have convicted felons who are elected officials here.
Oh, shit.
I represent almost 1 million people, more than all of you combined here. Many more people. I was an elected chief of police. Being sheriff of Pierce County is much more than police work. Citizens reach out to me all the time regarding overreach of the government by you. Some say they finally have a voice because of me, and you want to silence it because I said transgender women are men. I said the truth.
Oh, shit.
You want to give unelected bureaucracy the ability to decertify me and remove me from office because you don't agree with the speech. Just for the record, my deputies don't wear masks, but once you pass this law that they can't, I will not only allow them, but I will encourage them to do so just to see what you do. I don't recognize your authority to impose these controls over me, and when you try to remove me from office, thousands of Pierce County residents will surround the county city building in downtown Tacoma and will not allow that to happen. I hope it doesn't come to that, but I and they are prepared.
Oh, my God.
Are you prepared? Finally, anyone who votes for this will never have an audience with this sheriff.
Thank you. Could I have your...
Whoa! Oh. Wait, what's her question?
Identify yourself for the record. I'm sorry, that is not what we do at public hearings, and you will be asked to be removed if that continues. And I'm sorry, Sheriff, for the record, we do need you to identify yourself by name.
Keith Swank.
I'm sorry, can I have you come do that at the mic so we can capture that information?
My name is Keith Swank, Pierce County Sheriff.
Thank you so much.
I mean, and take a picture. Yatch!
My colleagues naively believe that they can come here and
here, that's escape. There we go. Damn. Here's a statement I was going to read today at the hearing, but the time was cut from 3 minutes to 90 seconds, so I had to adjust. I posted the following on the written record. Let's see what he wrote. Oh my goodness. Let's now I got to read this. Who is this dude? In the interest of time, I'll skip the fake pleasantries and get right to it. That's a great start. Elections have consequences, and I acknowledge that. Democrats have a supermajority in the House, the Senate, governor, and every statewide executive office. You have it all except the office of sheriff. And once you have control over sheriffs, you think you can impose your will on people like me. Some of my colleagues naively believe that they can come here and reason with you. Okay, we heard that part. Let me skip down. Okay, we have to. Okay, now I'm going to read the whole thing. Fuck it. Some of my colleagues naively believe that you can come here and reason with you. They think you don't understand what's at stake here. They don't understand you like I do. You know what is at stake, and you are acting on it. You are not dumb. You are evil. But I missed that part. But I am not surprised. You're going to pass this qualification bill for law enforcement, but you will not hold yourselves accountable. You say, we have to hold the chiefs and sheriffs accountable because they enforce the law. That's just the excuse you use for the low information people that vote for you. If you really wanted accountability, you would have qualifications for, I scrolled that too fast. Qualifications for anyone who runs for office. You write the laws that we enforce, so why should you not have the same qualifications? I propose that everyone who runs for elected office go through a background check, social media review, polygraph, and a psychological test. Democrats won't agree to that because you have convicted felons who are elected officials, and you want more. I represent almost 1 million people in Pierce County, many more people than any of you do. I wasn't elected to chief of police. Being sheriff of Pierce County is much more than police work. Citizens reached to me and blah, blah, blah. We already heard that part. If I told the Democratic line, you would not have any issue with me. But since I know what a woman is, and I know transgender women are men, you want me silenced. You want to give an unelected bureaucracy the ability to decertify me and remove me from office because you don't agree with my speech. You Democrats hate President Trump so much, yet you do the very things you accuse him of doing, such as imposing these types of controls over other independently elected officials. Also, just for the record, my deputies don't wear face masks, blah, blah, we heard that part. I don't recognize your authority to impose these controls over me, and when you try to remove me from office before my term expires, okay, we heard that part. Hope it doesn't come to that, but and they are prepared. Are you prepared? Finally, anyone who votes for this will never have an audience with the sheriff. So that's, oh my God. Wow. That's interesting. Oh, and then a letter just went out to all sheriffs and chiefs and the media. This is what happens when you don't toe the party line. Everyone should read this and ask yourself if he supports expulsion for Sheriff Swank. So this came, okay, this is, oh, I can't see it. It's too small. Washington Association of Sheriffs and Police Chiefs. Attribution, the Honorable John Knowles, Sheriff Spokane County. The Washington Association of Sheriffs and Police Chiefs has grave concerns with SB 5974. However, the inflammatory comments made by Pierce County Sheriff Keith Swank at a legislative committee hearing on January 15 do not represent the views of the let's try this. Oh, there we go. We'll just make it larger here. Here's what I'm reading. Oh shit. What the hell? Well, that didn't work. Son of a, why isn't that not working? Well, this is not working. I don't know why. Let's see if I can, there we go. All right, here we go. Did not represent the views or the approach of the Washington blah, 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 sheriffs, whatever. The scope of his testimony went beyond reasonable dialogue and devolved into what could be perceived as threatening to legislators, and he challenged their constitutional authority. The manner in which he conducted himself was not in line with the professional behavior we expect of members. We know that all public servants are subject to the oaths of office and rule of law. The Washington Association of Police and Chiefs and Sheriffs, blah, 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 intends to initiate proceedings as required by our bylaws for the board to consider expulsion of Sheriff Swank from the association. Washington's law enforcement leaders want to collaborate with our partners in the legislature. The leaders of Washington's law enforcement agency stand ready to work with everyone in a way that builds and preserves public trust. Now, do you think they're wrong for coming back with that? I don't think they're necessarily wrong with doing that. He was obviously very confrontational with them. But in the immortal words of El DeBarge, ooh, and I like it. Oh my God, Sheriff Swank's a base motherfucker. All right, moving on. Let's see. I was going to randomly scroll down X and look at some things, but I did want to highlight one thing in particular. Oh, I want to say, wait, this might just be funny. I don't know what this is. Tara Bull, an X account that I ever so often check out, posted this about a Karen and some hunters. Let's just check this out.
Hey, bro, what kind of bird is that?
Don't shoot her.
What kind of bird is that? First. I think it's a legendary Karen.
Wait. Is that the legendary fuck off bird? Fuck off! Fuck off! Fuck off! Fuck off! Look, it's a fuck off bird.
Fuck off! Fuck off! Get the hell out of here! You're not welcome! Go away! Fuck off!
Who?
Fuck off! Fuck off! Fuck off! Fuck off!
Fuck off!
Fuck off!
Fuck off! What the fuck is she doing?
Those are decoys, not ducks. Fucking retard.
Well, fuck off. We don't want you shooting around here.
I don't give a fuck. I don't want you walking around here.
Oh, fuck off. This is public property.
Exactly my point.
Oh my goodness. Hello, Selected Boy. Yeah, boy.
Fuck off.
Fuck
He's
off!
already dead. He's already dead.
I don't care.
Fuck
He's
off!
already dead.
I don't like shooting you. Fuck off.
Fuck off!
Fuck off.
Fuck off!
He's identified as dead already.
Oh, fuck you.
Fuck off!
Fuck you.
Oh my god! That is beautiful. Okay, Karen's in the wilderness. Hello, Evan S. What's up? All right. Let's see. That's hilarious. There's a pseudo fake news about Eric Swalwell going around right now, so I'm not going to pay attention to that. Let's see. I wanted to do one thing before we got to Friday Q&A. Here's this is messed up. Thank you, Reaction Puerto Rico, for sending this to me. So these dumbasses, and this is a 4-hour video, so we're not going to watch it. But anti-ICE protesters in the Bishop Henry Whipple Federal Building in Minnesota near Fort Snelling, where the federal agents are working out of with ICE. Apparently, the protesters have been attempting to break into that building. ICE protesters outside Bishop Henry Whipple Federal Building in Minnesota, they are attempting to break into the building or into the perimeter. And to which I say, I think I already said it, but I posted already. Ashley Babbitt might have a word with you. And look, if they break into that facility and some of them get shot, I want to hear all the people who said Ashley Babbitt deserved to be shot pipe in. And look, I'm not saying that, I'm not even 100% saying that Ashley Babbitt should not have been shot. Well, she shouldn't have been shot. She shouldn't have been in there. And she wasn't necessarily, she was unarmed, but that officer doesn't know that. She's breaking into a restricted area, and I don't like the fact that she got shot. I don't like the fact that she's dead, just like I don't like the fact that Renee Good is dead. But they're both cases of you're taking a huge risk in interfering with what you're interfering with. And it's nobody wants you dead, but you are kind of playing the old, you're playing the Darwin Award auditions. So this is a 4-hour video of this, and I check my DMs reaction. Hang on a second here. Let's do it over here, because I know that you. Where is it? There we go. This shit working? Twitter's a little janky today, so I may not be able to pull it up real fast. And in fact, I'm not getting. I pulled this. I did pull this out of my DMs. In fact, I have the. Why is this not working? Hang on. I did the. Okay, I can't find it. For some reason, DMs are not functioning right now. So, hello, Annalyn. What's up? So, where the hell is it? Let's go back to notifications. By the way, thank you, Miss Wildwolf, for sharing the show. Appreciate it. Good morning, Miss Wildwolf. X is working again. Kind of. It's messed up in some ways. All right. All right. And then the last thing, we already got Sheriff. I wanted to show you this report. And now, granted, it's from the evil Fox News. It's I'll put it in the links today, from the evil Fox News, showing back when Obama's office and how the media basically filleted ICE at the time, because it was Barack Obama's ICE, doing the same thing. And I gotta find it. There's a really good video of a woman. Oh my God, she was deported and she has 5 children and her husband here, and she got deported, and boy, it was a sad story, except for it was in 2010 or 2013 or something, when Barack Obama was in office, and it was a CNN report, and they were totally like approving of her being deported. It was crazy. And also back when Obama was saying that it was okay to deport DACA people. I mean, it's just like, holy shit, take the words out of Barack Obama and put them in a fake, like, AI Trump voice, and you would think it was Trump's words. It was crazy. Oh, thank you. Thank you for giving me the link here, Reaction. I'm going to pull it up right now. And then we're going to go to Q&A. So, please come up. Here we go. Oh, what's going on? This is breaking news? What the hell now? Breaking: tactical units dropped the hammer on violent mob outside Minneapolis Federal Building after militant ripped open the door of a federal vehicle departing the facility. Tonight's riot is officially over. Oh shit. Well, we're going to watch this, and we may have to truncate Q&A. So here's, these assholes. I don't know why these people think that they can fuck with the federal agents. And look, the governor and the mayor better find, actually this is, I think, in Richfield, or might be in Bloomington, but they better tamp things down and tell the people to stop this shit, because they're going to get, what's the word? Fucked up! Let's see this shit. So, by the way, someone asked me the other day if I was going to go down into Minneapolis or into these places where this shit's happening and do any video or anything like that. I'm like, fuck no, I don't want to be anywhere around these assholes. Come get your ass beat. That's all I'm saying. So they're supposed to, the local law enforcement has put this perimeter up here, and they're not supposed to be within it, and they keep breaching the perimeter. So these people lost their damn minds. No one you know what? It's funny, Direction said no one wants a Kent State situation. I think the activists and Democrats do want a Kent State situation because they can exploit it. That's exactly what they're going for. That's exactly why Renee Good was in the middle of the street. She wanted and by the way, it's not her wife. I'm finding out they are not married. They just changed their names together, but they're not officially married. Her girlfriend, whatever you call her. That's why they were in the middle of the street. That's why the girlfriend was outside with her camera, because she wants to film confrontations. That's exactly what they want. They want this scene. They absolutely want this scene. Yes, they want a martyr.
Where's my Michael?
Who's your Michael? And what does the rainbow flag have to do with this? The Somalis don't want your rainbow flag up in here. By the way, I don't know. I'm not for sure. The only reason I would go down to one of these protests to do my own video and stuff would be to count how many Somalis are out here protesting with them. Because for the most part, Somali community doesn't want anything to do with any of y'all. Just they don't want anything to do with us black people. They look down on black Americans. They look down on anybody. They look down at all these people. So what's the deal? So, yeah, this is the scene outside of here. I'm waiting to see the scene that they described. Who is Michael? Maybe he's arrested.
Michael!
Okay, what is he running to go see? I don't know. Oh, wow, let him go. Maybe he shouldn't be within the perimeter? Maybe he's being arrested for being within the perimeter?
No, you get back, you fucking dumbass! You guys should be throwing it on the ground like that.
Aren't you in the perimeter? Hello, Andrew Thurston. What's up? Andrew Thurston, what's up? Michael's cheating on her with a different gross commie. All right, you get the idea. This link's going to be in this link will be in here too today. Let's get to Friday Q&A. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. Oh, by the way, there's a shit ton of other articles, but it's time for Friday Q&A. You know how it works. Ask a question, I shall answer to the best of my ability. And sometimes my ability sucks, but we'll try it anyway. So, happy Friday. It's Friday Q&A on the Morning Night Live, your favorite time of the week. And let's get it going. First question, of course, comes from Mr. Avocados Diabli. I don't know why I did that. Avocados Diabli asks, have you heard Candace Owens' latest theory that Charlie Kirk was a time traveler and that he was to be hunted because of it, and that's why he was killed? No. Next question. Kara Soldier asks, bacon fried eggs, worth it? And are they God's gift to the world? I have no idea what you're talking about. What the fuck's a bacon fried egg? Here, let's see if I can look that up. Bacon fried eggs. We'll you can watch with me. Unless bacon fried eggs. Oops. Eggs. Bacon fried eggs. Frying eggs after bacon never works out for me. Advice? What the hell's a bacon fried egg? You mean like eggs in bacon grease? Is that all you mean? Oh. Yeah, no, that's like, look, that's some grandma shit, man. When I was a kid growing up, grandma had the old, you go to grandma's house and she had the old, cast iron pans on the gas stove, cooking up some eggs or some bacon, and then she put the fucking eggs right in the bacon grease and you'd eat yeah, those are fantastic. Love me some bacon fried eggs. I didn't know that's what you meant. I like, all right. So that, yes, hell yes. All right, Avocados Diabli asks, is stealing a car, rigging it to drive by remote, getting someone blackout drunk, putting them behind the wheel and driving the car around until they get arrested for DUI, a good way to get revenge? Pretty friggin' diabolical, but yes, I would say that would be a pretty damn good way to get revenge. It's a little harsh, though. Avocados Diabli asks, why do electrical outlets all look surprised. Because they know they're about to get plugged. If you know what I'm saying. Or wait, hang on. No. It's because they don't know they're about to get plugged, but they do. Oh! Avocado Dally asks, do you think you could train squirrels to pick up diamonds rather than acorns and then just let them loose and wait for them to rob all the jewelry stores in the county? Hey, that'd be pretty efficient. And who are you gonna blame for that? Some squirrels got into the jewelry store and all of this. We have no idea where those damn squirrels went because they kind of don't take a straight path anywhere. But if you train them to come back to your house, yeah. All right then. Lord Sanabas, do you have any leeks in your garden? If no, why not? Because it's the middle of winter right now. I don't have a garden. Ain't no shit growing on this permafrost. Jay Blizza asks, if you could taste any color of the rainbow, which would taste best, do you think? Purple. That's not even a question. Avocados Diablo asks, can you keep a pet whale as long as it's not one that is endangered? Wow. I mean, when you say keep a pet whale, how does that work? I suppose, if you had a really big, a really big swimming pool, there's probably some little whale, like a beluga maybe, but they're still pretty fucking big. I don't know how you'd keep the pet whale, but I'm sure, why not? At Lord Sanobas, if you crossed hashish with opium, how dope would that dope be? I don't do that shit, so I have no freaking idea. Never done hashish and definitely never done any opium. I'm sure it'd be as dope could be, though. There you go. Look, Jay Blizz asks, if you could travel to any period of time for a day, when would you go? Any period of time for a day. Do I get to choose where I go to? I'm just curious, because, there's, what would be a really cool event I would want to see? The first thing that came to mind would be Woodstock, but that's dirty. Nah, I ain't doing fucking Woodstock. Or something really cool. Oh no, Tone Tech. No, Tone Tech. Damn. No, I would not go to Jesus' crucifixion. I don't think I can handle that. Maybe though. Maybe to when Moses was at the burning bush getting the 10 Commandments, I'd be like, that'd be fire. Pun intended. Okay. Lord Sanibas, will you accept my apology in advance for the next question? Okay. Lord Sanibas, in your honest opinion, as a bartender, if you could taste colors, what would the flavor of the Adam Schiff thumbnail taste like? The color of ass. Avocado Diablo asks, do you think a device that works like a windshield wiper for your ass so you don't have to wipe ever again could sell? If it was functional and it didn't hurt when you sat down, I'd probably, it's like people will buy devices for anything, and that would be extra special. JB asks, did you ever have a nickname other than PDawg? Yeah, Marty. That is my nickname. I've had a lot of them though. In college, my nickname was Slam. And that was because I was very proficient at drinking beer. One big gulp. When I was teaching cheerleading camps, my nickname was Marty Moose. I don't know, because that was the movie Vacation had come out, and all the kids knew the movie Vacation, and they heard my name was Marty, and one kid one time called me Marty Moose. And all the other instructors, every camp from then on for the rest of my 4 years of teaching cheerleading camps, would never let me forget that I was Marty Moose, and would also make sure that every camper knew I was Marty Moose. So eventually I embraced it. So they would start singing the Marty Moose song, "Who's the moosiest moose we know?" And when they got, and then they'd get to the end, Marty Moose, and I would go, "That's me." So there you go, Marty Moose. Let's see. Where am I at? I've got to say out of the ass, if you were a scorpion, would you intentionally hide in people's boots so you could sting them? Well, that'd be kind of efficient now, wouldn't it? You just hide in someone's boot, and so they put their foot in the boot. Ah! Why not? Boots are stinky, though. But maybe scorpions don't have a sense of smell either. I don't know. Avocado alias, have you ever played midnight basketball in the dark with the ball soaked in gasoline and lit it on fire for the only light source? No, but I mean, if you wore fire gloves, that'd be kind of a cool thing to do. That would be fire. Pun intended. And Lord Stand-Up asks, in your honest opinion, wait, start from the fucking, okay. Lord Stand-Up asks, in your honest professional opinion, but let's start over. In your honest professional opinion, as a bartender, what is a good spirit to gift someone you don't want to be friends with anymore? Well, that's so subjective. For example, for me, if you gift me Southern Comfort, I'm not going to be your friend anymore. Why? Because that was one of the 3 nastiest drunks I've ever had in my life. Southern Comfort. Didn't like it. And I can't, to this day, even smell Southern Comfort because it has that little, while it's supposed to be bourbon, it has that sweet grossness to it. Can't do it. However, if you gifted me Jägermeister, I would be your friend for a long time. Ouzo? No. Another one of the worst drunks I've ever had in my life was drinking ouzo. Too much ouzo is very ouzo-y. Let's put it that way. All right, next. Lord Stand-Up asks, how many years do you have to spend in prison before it's okay to turn gay? I don't know if it's ever okay. I can't give you an exact time frame, but, I suppose after at least a dozen, after a dozen years, you gotta be like, okay, what the fuck? Let's try this shit, but before that, no. Oh, JB, 69 years. That's a good answer. Or Tone Tech, one day. Tone Tech, are you trying to tell us something special about yourself? Oh yeah. Next. Where was I? Here we go. Okay, there we go. Avocado Staley asks, if you have a dream that you are trapped in a submarine stuck on the bottom of the ocean with a cast of 8 is enough and a 3-legged goat named Caesar, what does that mean? It means you're pretty lonely. But thank God the goat isn't the only piece of ass there. Avocado Sally asks, do you think if we closed down all the bars and airports and replaced them with PCP vendors, people in airports would get more or less civilized? They would have no choice to be more civilized because they would, alcohol makes you aggressive. PCP just puts you down. You know what I mean? Carrot Soldier asks, if you had to choose a city to freeze your ass off in, would you stay where you are or Chicago? Oh, I do like the Twin Cities. I don't, it's a good place to live. Just during riot season, stay out of certain areas. But even right now during riot season, I could probably go to the North Loop and thered be nothing going on in Minneapolis in the North Loop. Because all these assholes are down in the south side of the city, or on Lake Street, or over near Fort Snelling or whatever. By the way, Fort Snelling is a old fort they had during the Indian Wars, and it's a historical place, but also they have the federal building there. And there's also Fort Snelling State Park. There's a state park right in smack in the middle of the Twin Cities. It's actually a pretty nice state park. But anyway, I don't think you need a geography lesson. I would stay here. Chicago's, you know what? Well, let me ask you this. Do you mean Chicago, or like the Chicagoland area? Because I like the Chicagoland area too. There's just too much of it. Twin Cities is a lot easier to get around. Just saying. All right. It's Lord Stand-Up asks, what fellow YouTuber would you most like to be with when one of your friends starts a bar brawl? Wow. Let me think about YouTubers. Who's a hard ass YouTuber? See, the first person I thought of was but he's not a YouTuber. Who am I thinking of? Who would be a good, I don't know. Joe Rogan. Oh yeah, Joe Rogan wouldn't be bad. I mean, he's short, but he's a tough motherfucker. Yeah, Joe Rogan, but he's not technically a YouTuber either. But he's on YouTube. Thank you. Unacceptable views. Perfect. Oh, Chicago proper? Yeah, I'm not a fan of Chicago. What? Okay. Let me get this right. I like Chicago proper. Like, I like going downtown. We went took my mother-in-law there. We went to a couple really cool jazz clubs. We went down to Millennium Park and saw the Bean and all that stuff. Went out on the pier, Navy Pier. That's great. It's great to visit. I don't want to live there. I'm sorry. And plus, well, I suppose if you lived in like Lincoln Park area, is that what's called Lincoln Park? Not Lincoln Park. Is it Lincoln Park? Whatever. North side, probably pretty cool. But yeah, I like living in the Twin Cities. I spent a lot of time in both. I like the Twin Cities better. I like the lakes. I like the water. I mean, yeah, you have Lake Michigan, but that's, you can't do anything in that lake. All right. Let's see. Where am I at? Okay, here we go. Avocado stay on this. If you had to hire one of the original cast members of Star Trek to escort a pregnant woman through a dystopian post-apocalyptic hellscape so she could get a jar of pickles, who would it be? The only one that you would, well, there's two choices, actually. Well, there's three now that I think about it. Spock, obviously, because he could just, if someone fucks you, he just put him to sleep with that little pinchy thingy, right? Sulu, Asian dude, karate and shit. And Chekhov. Chekhov was a tough motherfucker for a little guy. So any of those three. Kirk, no. Kirk would be, well, I don't know if I really need you to do that bad thing right now. But although he did fight a lot of green fucking monsters shit with the rocks and shit. So I don't know. I would say Chekhov in the swords though. That's kind of cool. Moving on. Lord Stand-Up asks, in your honest professional opinion as a bartender, do you favor 304s, keepers? Wait, what? Oh, wait. Do you prefer 304s, skeezers, chicken heads, thoughts, or thobbits? Look, if I'm going to go through, if I have to force to take that list, 304s, skeezers, chicken heads, thoughts, or thobbits. Look, at least so a chicken head wouldn't necessarily be a thought, and you could always put a bag over it. So, let's go with the chicken heads. Avocado Diablo asks, have you ever woken up nude in the walk-in freezer of a tapas joint in Boise with a... Holy fuck, no, wait a minute. I lost the picture that scrolled it away. Wait a minute. How many tapas joints are there in Boise? Just fuck. Oh, I see the end of this question now. Okay, if you ever woken up... No. Next one. What happened? Have you ever woken up nude in the walk-in freezer of a tapas joint in Boise with a gaggle of drunk geese and a midget dressed like Pontius Pilate carrying a picture of that thumbnail of Adam Schiff? Yeah! I've been waiting for that one. You got me, motherfucker. Bitch. Avocado Diablo asks, is it socially acceptable to attach a hose to the pop machine in a Burger King and jam it on and just drink it straight from the machine while sitting at a table? Yeah, I'm going to say that that's not a good idea. Let's just say no. But that's a great question. I love that question. Lord Stanham asks, don't you hate it when they make you do work at your job? Pfft, yes. Avocado Diablo, if a Major League Baseball mascot were running for president, which would you want it to be? Well, I'm from Minnesota, so that twin baseball head thingy that they have here, whatever that's called. Avocado Diablo, if you run out of buckshot, what would be the best nut to use as a replacement? Probably Brazil nuts, because they're pointy and that would hurt like hell because they're hard to break. Brazil nuts. Now you'd have to have a huge barrel to put Brazil nuts in it. But Brazil nuts in the shell, not after they're shelled. Avocado Diablo, have you ever coated your hand with peanut oil and gone around a public place touching everything you could, then just sat and watched what happens? Oh, fuck. Have kids be like going into anaphylactic shock with peanut allergies and shit? Hell no. That's fucked up. Avocado Diablo, have you seen the ICE protesters that are driving around ICE facilities with water jugs leaking water so that they can make the area around them too icy to walk or drive on? Yeah, fuck those assholes. I'm sorry. It's like, it's the weekend of Martin Luther King's birthday, right? And I know that there were times when he mentioned things that were violent, but mostly following the nonviolent tactics of Mahatma Gandhi. And none of these fuckers have any idea how that works. And clearly those were the best protests because they worked. Let's see. Avocado Diablo asks, if you were forced upon threat of death to have sex with a fish, what kind of fish would you choose if they gave you that choice? Just a second. What do you think? A catfish, because at least it would be pussy. Oh, a blowfish. That'd be a good one, too. Oh, a mermaid. Oh, I didn't even think of that. Shit. Why did I think of mermaid? Okay. Avocado Diablo asks, how much time do I have? I'm doing okay. How many questions do I have? Holy shit, not too many. Okay, good. All right, I'm doing pretty good today. Where is it? There we are. Avocado Diablo asks, if Joe Cocker were a professional wrestler, what would be his finishing move? What would his finishing move be? I just don't know what my finishing move would be, but I figured out as I went along. I just don't know. It'd be like a weird slappy thing because his hand's always going like this and shit. Yeah, it would be called the letter, though. That's a good answer, Somnambule Nation. My finish move is the letter. You didn't know I had a Joe Cocker imitation in me, did you? Yeah. Wait a minute, that didn't sound too good. What the fuck did I just say? You didn't know I had a Joe Cocker imitation available. Not in me. Okay. Ms. Wild Wolf asks, if you could stop one crime in its entirety, what would it be and why? You know what's funny? Okay, so we were watching this. There's a Netflix miniseries on the JFK assassination. And So this guy goes back in time and he's going to stop the assassination of John F. Kennedy, right? And he's tracking, what's his face? Not John Wilkes Booth, but what's the dude's name? Lee Harvey Oswald. He's checking Lee Harvey Oswald around. And he's checking all the people. He's down there, and he's back in time, right? But you know, if you change something in time, it could possibly change everything. So at the end of the movie, or toward the end of the series, he goes and he saved John F. Kennedy, right? And this was I shouldn't blow the twist of this movie. Well, I'm gonna anyway. If you don't want to hear it, you should watch it yourself. It's called 11-something-63. Anyway, so he saves John F. Kennedy, and then he ends up coming back into the time that he was from, and the whole world is completely fucked up. He comes back, and it's a fucking hellscape and whatever. And it ended up that I can't even believe they wrote it this way, because you would think that if he saved John F. Kennedy, the world would be just a fucking utopia. No, it was fucking hellscape. And so I'd be really, really concerned about changing things back in time. But one crime I would stop. I would stop Ray Epps from the January 6th stuff. I would stop those fuckers from making that first breach in the building so that everyone could just go have the normal rally they have and everything would have been hunky-dory. It would have just been a lot of people yelling and screaming. But instead, they fucked up a whole lot of shit. That their breach of that one section of the gate brought everybody from the rally to the wrong place, and that's where all the shit started popping off. Okay, now there's probably much better ones than that, but that's a more recent one. Sobbed Up All Nation asks, "Where's my Michael?" Asking for a friend. Michael getting his ass beat by fucking police batons, and he's probably in a fucking padded room now. Avocados Diablo asks, "You didn't get one of those retarded AI fridges, did you?" No. We just got a nice dual door capacity fridge with a freezer underneath. Has two little freezer drawers for different things, and we just it has more space in and wide. So like when because we entertain and we like to put big trays of stuff in there. It's just it's a higher capacity fridge that doesn't take up as much space as our current fridge, which is kind of weird. It's like you open the doors like, oh wow. It's about the same width as our fridge, but it's a lot more room in here. It's kind of great. So, but we haven't gotten any fucking fridge yet because the goddamn people came when we weren't here. Well, I was here, but then they fucking fucked up. Anyway, they left without leaving my fridge. Lord Stanhope, I'm not bitter though. Lord Stanhope asks, "Is it okay to have the same thing for lunch and dinner?" Oh, of course it is, all the time. I just made a pot of chili because they had a chili contest at my wife's work, which mine came in third place this year. Last year mine came in second. This year it came in third. They said it's too spicy. Fucking weak ass Minnesotans. Anyway, I had chili for lunch and I had chili for dinner. Yes, it's absolutely okay. Select a boy asks, "Whatever happened to Robot Jones?" Who the fuck is Robot Jones? I have no idea. Here, let's see. Robot Jones. Oh, that's the name of the show, right? Whatever happened to Robot? When is this from? What night? Aired from July 2nd, 2002, or 19th, 2002 to November 14th, 2003, spanning 2 seasons with 13 episodes, 27 segments total. The show follows Robot Jones, a young KX-8 model robot designed by JNZ Robotics as he attends Poly New Middle School in a retro-futuristic version of the 1980s. Okay, whatever. Okay, it's a cartoon, and I had never heard of it until just now, but now I'm curious. Okay, and that's the name of the show, Whatever Happened to Robot Jones, which means that question was just a trick question. Because none of the rest of these questions are trick questions. Lord Stanhope asks, "You are trapped." Uh-oh. Why did that scroll weird? Okay, "You are trapped in the middle of a brawl at a Packers-Bears game. You could have one wingman to bail you out. Is it Buck Rogers or Flash Gordon?" I'm gonna go with Flash Gordon. Buck Rogers was kind of a pussy. Just fuck, I don't know. Either one. Lord Stand-Up asks, you just met the most beautiful single mom you've ever met. Her friends despise you. You have one opportunity to score. Who do you choose to distract her ham beast pals? Han Solo or Dr. Indiana Jones? Oh, fuck, Han Solo. Harrison Ford was much more sexy as Han Solo than Indiana Jones. Han Solo's the man. And that's, oh my God, what a terrible question. Ms. Wild Wolf asks, do you know what hashish is? Yeah, I just never smoked it. Never. I never did. I hated pot. THC and I do not mix. Avocado Diabli asks, so what are you saying is, or what you're saying is, if I'm going to gift you Southern Comfort, I should put it in a Jägermeister bottle first. Yeah, you can try that, but as soon as I open the bottle, I'll realize what it is. And I'll be like, you motherfucker, get the fuck away from me. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200 and stay out of my presence. Am I clear? Lord Stand-Up asks, you became involved in a riot at a Blackhawks Red Wings game. Who is saving you? Training Day Denzel Washington or Night of the Hunter Robert Mitchum? Unfortunately, I'm not sure about Night of the Hunter. But you know what though? My guess is I'm going to say Night of the Hunter Robert Mitchum. Why? Because I don't trust Training Day Denzel Washington. He's not a good guy at all. I don't trust that motherfucker. So there. Selected Boy asks, I occur once in a second, twice in a week, and once in a year. What am I? The letter E. That's too easy. Avocado Stably, are you late yet? Not quite. Avocado Stably, can we still ask questions? No. Avocado Stably, did I add this after you said there were only a few questions, or do I just know you well enough that I knew you would say that? Well, I guess you don't know me that well now, do you? Because I haven't said it yet. Avocado Diabli, will we ever know? I just told you. Avocado Diabli, if you could go back in time and stop someone from stopping a crime, what crime would you make sure happened that originally didn't? Oh, shit. That's what? So stop. Well, so you want to make sure the crime happened. Holy shit. I don't know. Oh, I got it. DB Cooper. I want that legend to keep going forever. I would not want that crime to be stopped. So that'd be the one. If someone tried to stop that, I'm like, fuck you. I want this crime to happen so we have a mystery for the rest of my fucking life. DB Cooper, baby. Somnambule Nation asks, chicken heads or fuck off birds? Oh God, chicken heads. Fuck that fuck off bird lady was crazy. Avocado Diabli, if you could taste colors, what would the episode of the Bozo Show taste like? You mean Bozo the Clown, like out of Chicago? That Bozo? It would also, whatever, what's that, what color I said earlier today? Ass? I don't know what color that is, but ass. Lord Stand-Up, is that all? Not quite. Ms. Wildwolf, you never answered the question about what crime would you stop in its entirety. The crime, as in the crime itself, is not a single event. Well, you know, maybe I would stop the Kennedy assassination just to see if that movie that or that miniseries on Netflix I just watched was correct. Just to see, just out of curiosity. But then again, would I have ever been born had that not happened? Well, no, that has nothing to do with whether or not I was born. Anyway, so that might have been it. Who knows? Selected Boy asks, when a vehicle... Okay, stop it. Stop adding questions, damn it. When a vehicle turns, what does it lose? Forward momentum. Well, technically not, but it does. Avocado Salad, are you sure? Don't know. Oh, wait, what? No, I'm never sure. Lord Stand-Up, that's it? Question mark? No. Ms. Wildwolf, that is just an event, not the crime itself. No, the crime is him being the shooting of. I'd stop the fucking shooter. That's a crime. Not the event, the shooting of it. The crime, that is a murder. It's, wait, what? As in, like, murder, rape, jaywalking, streaking, etc. Those are crimes. Well, isn't the murder of John F. Kennedy a crime? Well, I would stop murders, yes. Murders. Okay, yes, I get you now. Avocado Salad, you skip a lot of questions. No, I don't. Avocado Salad, no. Are you sure? Blah, blah, blah. No, I'm done. That's it. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of the fucking questions, because I can't do it. I do not want to be late today. Thank you for all the questions. And thank you for being with me here today on the Morning Night Live. I'm thinking I was wanting to do something. I wanted to do something today. I was going to do a live Q&A, or live. I'm sorry, not live Q&A. I wanted to do a call-in show today, and I didn't because it's Friday, and Friday is Q&A day. And so I'm thinking, gosh, but I do want to do a call-in show to ask people what they think about the legality of the shooting of Renee Good. Because I'm seeing a lot of dumb shits on the internet say some stupid shit. And like I said earlier, I was talking about how a lot of people are now arguing on whether or not the officer in question was hit by the car. And I said to somebody, I commented to somebody, I said, it doesn't really matter if he was hit by the car. And like, oh, yes, it is, because he said he's hit by a car. I'm like, no, it really doesn't matter if he was hit by the car, whether or not there was justification for him firing his service weapon. And so it got kind of weird, whatever. And so I want to do a Q&A, a call-in show to ask people their opinions and how they come to their legal opinions. But me not being a lawyer, even though I know a lot about the law concerning this, because I've been reading a lot about the law concerning this, I just thought, wouldn't it be a good thing to do? And so who knows? But anyway, here are today's links in the chat. There's that, and that's it for today. Thank you for joining me this week. All the people who here on a regular basis, great to have you, and I'm enjoy doing this so much that I keep doing it. And thanks for no sponsors today, but that's okay. I don't care. I appreciate when you do, and I appreciate when you're here. And thanks for people who share the show, all that stuff, all the stuff you guys do, and especially the questions. Friday Q&A is a lot of fun, and even though I seem to fake like I'm frustrated, I'm not. It's funny. It's fun. And it keeps me on my toes. It really makes me have to think and learn how to answer silly things. And also for just for trying to come up with comedic answers to really dumb questions. So thanks for all that. Not that you're dumb, just the questions are sometimes dumb. And I think you know that they're dumb. Okay, I'm done. That's it. Have a great day. I got to go. My name's PDawg Knight, and I'm out of here. I didn't mean to insult anybody. Bye. Hey, this is PDawg Knight, and thank you for watching today on the PDawg Knight channel. If you have an observation or remark you'd like to make about this video or my channel, I absolutely welcome you to write it in the comment section down below. I really look forward to hearing from you. And before you go, if you like what you saw but you're not already subscribed, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and definitely click that bell that pops up afterward so you'll be notified when I post new videos or when we go live. I broadcast my live show, The Morning Night Live, Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. A special thank you to all supporters of this channel who share our videos on social media and who make donations through the Streamlabs link, which is also in the description down below. Thanks again, and until next time, I'm PDawg Knight, and I'm out of here.